Workana is a freelancer marketplace. So what we do is we connect clients that are looking for the best freelance talent available. The freelancers in our platform are in all sort of digital jobs, but mainly they're focusing on developer jobs, graphic design jobs, and digital marketing. So development would be somebody to program your website, somebody to create an app for you, somebody to create an application for you. Design would be anything from creating a logo, creating a brand image, editing some videos, that sort of thing. And digital marketing would be community management, social postings, paid marketing, organic marketing, SEO, those sort of things. We got started in 2012 in Latin America, so we're from Latin America. We got started in Argentina, then we rapidly expanded to Brazil and all the rest of the markets. And after a few years, business started growing, it started going very well. We became regional leaders there. So after this, we did it probably last year, we started looking at how the market was evolving and try to see trends worldwide. And we thought that we're right in the beginning of this big trend that's happening where people are changing from working full-time to working remote. And we saw that the potential was very big. And we decided to expand internationally. We chose Southeast Asia for the first destination, with Malaysia as our headquarters. And we started here early this year.
I think it has to do with some challenges, you might say, that have been growing and getting bigger regarding technologies, how technologies enable new kinds of jobs and how those jobs can be done, and also challenges regarding traffic in cities, for example, and pollution and finding talent. All of these are addressed by freelancing. You have people working, not needing to move to the big cities, for example, to work, not needing to commute in rush hours, for example. So it's popular because these challenges I'm mentioning are only getting bigger year after year, right? So it makes sense to find new ways of work.
And also what you see is it's happening like a very big shift in preference. So before, the model that everybody preferred, or most people preferred before, was a full-time employment. In the beginning, this was maybe, 100, 200 years ago, you used to work at the same company your entire life. This sort of thing had gone away, but most people still worked for somebody else, for some other employer, full-time. This model is very good because it gives you a lot of provision, it gives you a lot of security, you always know how much your paycheck is going to be. But what it doesn't give you flexibility, and it doesn't give you any independence at all. And the newer generations are valuing this independence and this autonomy and this ability to choose way more than previous ones. And they're valuing that over this climbing the corporate ladder and making a career within a company or even within an industry. So you see freelancers now that are choosing which type of skills they want to focus in, which type of clients they want to work with, how many hours a week they want to work, if they want to work very early in the morning, if they want to work late at night, if they want to have work revolve around their family schedules and all those sort of things, even which country they want to live in. All these things are only available now with something like freelance and remote employment. So if you go to the US, which is the one that's probably one of the countries that's leading this trend, the forecast is that it will cross 50% in a few years. So we're already reaching the 50%. 50% of all the workforce in the US is independent. Malaysia, I think it's a bit back, I think it's like 25%, but it obviously will get there. So you see this trend happening everywhere. How big will it get? Hard to say at this point, but already at 50% is a big number. And you know that it'll only grow.
And it has been growing so quickly over the past years. It varies. For the trendier and latest technologies, they tend to be younger. But then graphic design, not necessarily so. We have even some retirees. It varies a lot. We definitely have some nice stories regarding fresh graduates building a career rather quickly. middle-aged people who start valuing family time, for example, more and find the flexibility of freelancing.
Recent moms, for example.
Recent moms, that's also a great example.
People that are retiring from their company or their career, and they don't really want to keep on working full-time, but they don't want to retire actually, and so they still want to keep some sort of work and some sort of employment. For all these people, freelance is a great option. But yeah, it tends to skew towards the younger generation.
So the older freelancers, are they all in graphic design? But what other industries could they possibly be working in?
Copywriting, for example.
Translation.
And even some of the smaller categories we also work with, like accounting, for example. Yeah.
Or people that are, as Kiku said, people that have reached a point in their careers where they value something else. I'll give you an example. One of the top freelancers we have in IT is somebody who had worked in a big company all his life until his son turned 1 year old. And when his son became 1 year old, he realized that he never saw him because he was working all the time, he was traveling all the time. And he realized, this first year of my son's life, I've been there very, very little. So then he said he had this sort of crisis and I need to change something, but I really like working. I don't really want to give up on that. I really like the job that I'm doing. And he realized, okay, this path that he was in trying to become the corporate career and being better and grow, climb the ladder, so to say. He said, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to find something that will suit both of my needs. So my family need and my personal need. So he started freelancing and he quickly became one of the top ranked freelancers. Those sort of things happen all the time.
That sounds like a decision that you can make after experience in the 9-to-5 world.
Yeah.
So how about graduates?
Well, you get a lot of graduates, and there's two sorts. There's graduates that say, no, I want the corporate career, I want to do all that, I want to climb and that. But there's graduates that are just fresh off university that say, I don't really want to go 9 to 5 with anybody. It's not a matter of paychecks, it's not a matter of salary. I want to have this independence. I want to keep on working with 2 or 3 clients at the same time, all the time. So you have both. And what's happening now is that the second group is growing. Before it was maybe 5%, now it's a way bigger share of everything.
And even freelancing being flexible. We've seen people getting some jobs while still studying, like in the summers or little projects. So by the time they graduate, they already have some experience under their belts, maybe even a client or two. So the decision is even easier. I already have a few clients. Now I have more time and some experience. I can definitely go full-time with freelancing.
And the benefits of doing that are amazing, because you compare somebody that is just off university, that has only studied and they have all this theory knowledge, so to say, or abstract knowledge, versus somebody that did the university, but they also freelance on the side, so they have practical knowledge. And the difference in skills between those two is amazing. The way you learn by working with other clients, by going out and selling yourself to other clients, by keeping a relationship with a client, by meeting a deadline, just something as simple as that. Managing a project, yeah, something as simple as that. You learn a lot. You definitely learn a lot.